You're doing yourself a disservice, you're doing him a disservice, and you're doing his family a disservice, and your family a disservice if you have a family. And it's just gonna end bad. It's wrong. It's gonna end bad, and you don't want because when it all said and done, you as a woman is gonna look like the bad person. You're gonna look like the homewrecker. You're gonna look like the Jezebel. That's what you're gonna look like. It's a double standard. It is a double standard, but it's life. You know, he could have been the one who initiated everything, lied and this and that, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, people gonna be like, you know what? She knew he was married. Why she pursued? Y'all know how it is. It's a double standard. You know, it's double standards in life. What it do, family? It's your boy, the minister, the Reverend J. Whitfield Inspires, coming back at you once again with another video. Y'all know what I gotta do. Hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the share button, because we are almost at 10,000 subscribers. We are at 9,800-ish. So please keep supporting, and hit the notification bell. Please keep supporting the channel as we grow, and as I grow, and as I expand my topics to or beyond, like Virgos and things like that. And yeah, we're gonna make it happen. So hit that. Let's make that happen. And you need privacy, as you know, hit the chat, hit the link in the description. So today, we're gonna deal with a very controversial topic, and that is dealing with married men. And disclaimer, I am not married. I haven't been married. But as a preacher, as an ordained reverend, I preach all the time. I do a lot of private sessions. I talk to people on the street, in church. I get a lot of calls from ladies in private session dealing with married men. I give a lot of spiritual advice. So all my videos and topics are from a spiritual base. I want y'all to know that. That's who I am. That's what I'm put on this earth to do. And so I'm not gonna, pass judgment on either the man's side or the woman's side, but I'm gonna let you know what you need to look out for and what you deal with. And I also know that every situation is different. I do not speak in absolutes. But ladies, generally, if you're dealing with a married man, however you may get there, these are some of the things you need to know that you probably already know. But I'm just here to let you know. Number one, I got some stuff written down. Number one, most married men, if you are dealing with a married man, they're not going to leave that situation they're in to get with you. I don't think so. Just from what I've seen and from my friends, family, and just life in general, and how men work, And if he's a Virgo, y'all know I talk about Virgos. I'm a Virgo. It's gonna be hard to do. This is why. Because unless he's just extremely unhappy. If a man is married, and he has a woman on the side, I see it very hard for him to leave a marriage situation, especially if he got kids, because one, that situation, he is stable in that situation. He has his family, his wife, his house, money, everything. Y'all know marriage is like, it's a partnership, it's tied, everything's tied together. So, most married men are not going to leave a stable situation like that to pursue something that may not be stable. It's too much risk involved, unless he's just totally in love with this other woman, just going to risk it all. He's not going to leave that. It's hard because anything can happen. You leaving your situation for a woman, another woman, and this woman's not tested and approved. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she may be a fling. He may actually be in love with this one, because it's very possible for men to be in love with more than one woman at the same time. A lot of ladies don't agree with that, but I'm telling you, this is how men are built. Men can very well be in love with 2, 3, 4, 5 women at one time, and it's not be lust. I know some people are like, well, you're gonna love somebody more. That's what. Yes, you probably will love somebody more, but you will love them, because we are human beings. We are communal. So just know that, ladies, if you're dealing with a married man, you got to take the risk and understand, like, yo, is he really willing to leave that situation? For me, understand what he's doing. Don't look at what he's saying. You can look at what he's saying, but understand what's happening. He's leaving a marriage, a stable situation. It may be rocky, for whatever reason, but it's stable. And he got to do that and be with you to rebuild something. You assuming all the risk as a woman, so you need to know that. Cause I'm talking about this because I get a lot of calls from women, and I'm not passing judgment. I'm just letting you know, because I feel like I need to make this topic. Another thing you need to know about dealing with married men is it may be physical. He may be dealing with you on a physical aspect, Men are very visual. Relationships, again, I haven't been married, but relationships in general tend to get mundane sometimes. They tend to get mundane, and sometimes men can have a wandering eye. And if it's mundane, they have a wandering eye, and they feel stuck in a situation, they may want to step out and experience something different. You know, for example, ladies, to help you understand what I'm saying, if you've been in a relationship and your boyfriend, fiance, or your husband, he's not providing that spark for you like he used to. He don't have that drive like he used to. He's not doing things for you to make you feel secure, beautiful, like he used to. And you feeling very mundane. And here comes another young guy, or even got to be a young guy, another man who recognize your beauty. And he just start giving you compliments and things like that and make you feel like that woman again. So sometimes you will cheat emotionally, and that will draw you to cheat physically. That's a comparison to understand what a man go through when he does that. So if it's getting mundane for him, you know, women are everywhere, and he may find a beautiful woman, they may click, you know, and it may be physical, and he may have fallen in love with the physical, which it can turn to love, but still, it may have started out physical. It may be great for both of y'all. Y'all may have that spark. Y'all may have that fire. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, what does the future hold really for the both of y'all? And you as a woman have to understand that you got to take that risk and say, you know what? I don't think this is gonna happen between us. Yeah, we in love, whatever the case may be, but it may not happen. You got to look at the reality of the situation. This is very important. Another thing, I mean, in my opinion, it's just wrong to do. You know, dealing with a married person, whether man or woman, is wrong. You know, from a spiritual perspective, it's not what's supposed to be done. You know, whoever, I mean, it's just wrong. You know, you don't need to be doing that. I'm just being flat out with you. And everybody involved know that it's wrong. You know, and need to take steps to correct this wrong, because you're doing yourself a disservice, you're doing him a disservice, and you're doing his family a disservice, and your family a disservice if you have a family, and it's just gonna end bad. It's wrong. It's gonna end bad, and you don't want because when it all said and done, you as a woman is gonna look like the bad person. You're gonna look like the homewrecker. You're gonna look like the Jezebel. That's what you're gonna look like. It's a double standard. It is a double standard, but it's life. You know, he could have been the one who initiated everything, lied and this and that, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, people gonna be like, you know what? She knew he was married. Why she pursued? Y'all know how it is. It's a double standard. You know, it's double standards in life. Like, for example, women can get mad and hit men, and not too much gonna happen to them. Men can't get mad and hit women. A lot's gonna happen to them. It's both violence, you know what I'm saying? But it just can't be. Another double standard would be men can express themselves sexually. They can go out and be with 10 different women and be held a hero. Women go out and sleep with 10 different guys and be called a slut. It just is what it is in life. Double standards exist on both sides. Sometimes it's fair, sometimes it's unfair. But you gonna be the one holding, you know, looking wrong. You know, and that leads me to the next thing I'm about to say. Dealing with a married man, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, you as a woman are going to be the one holding the bag, the empty bag, right? And this is what I mean. When it's all said and done, everything fails, at the end of the day, you're going to be the one with the pie in your face, because he's already in a situation. Now, I do know that there's some situation out there where the guy lied, you know, and you didn't find out until after y'all did the thing, did the do, and you pop up one day, you find out he married. There was a situation out there. But yeah, again, I'm speaking generally, you know, but upon the knowledge, when you do find out that he's married or whatever, you need to rectify and get yourself out of it, because you're going to be the one holding the bag at the end of the day. And this is what I mean by holding the bag. Most likely, y'all probably being physical, intimacy and stuff like that, you know, you can end up pregnant. And he's still married. You know, he got a whole family now. He has 2 families. And do you really think he's gonna leave his family to start to start a family with you. Now, I know this sounds kind of harsh, but I want you to really think about that so you can help yourself. I'm talking out of love, not out of judgment. You know, because I don't like to see people in these situations. I don't want to be in a situation, you know. And so you need to get yourself out of the situation before you end up pregnant. I know some of y'all may watching me already be in that situation. And you have to deal with that from the point that you are at, you know, and you just have to deal with it. But if you're not in that situation, you need to stop before you end up like that, holding a bag. Now you have a baby from a married man, and 9 times out of 10, he probably didn't want all that. He may say he want that, but does he really want that? Because he already got a family, you know. It may just be physical. Never underestimate the physical aspect of men. Never underestimate that. Like, never. Men are not emotional like women are. Women want the emotional side. Men want the physical side. You gotta understand what you're dealing with. Don't look at it from a woman's perspective. Try your best to look at it from a man's perspective and act accordingly. Don't be stuck holding the bag. And you could be stuck holding the bag financially. You could have invested a lot into him, or whatever the case may be. There's a lot of ways you can hold the bag. And the reason why I say you would be the one holding the bag, because he already has a situation. His stuff is already stable in his marriage. No matter how rocky the marriage is, it's still a marriage. You know, he can always turn around and say, you know what I'm doing is wrong. I want to work it out with my wife. He can always say that at any moment. At any moment. His wife can find out, because probably most likely she don't know. You know, and she can come after you. You know, it's a lot that can happen. You're playing a dangerous game. You know, and the best thing to do is just not get caught up, and you get caught up, to stop it. You know, easier said than done. Another thing dealing with a married man is, if y'all have some type of connection, y'all met each other. Let's say he's separated. He's married but separated, because I know that's a big thing too. You need to wait. You need to wait till that situation is finalized and done before you move forward. Because like I just said, he can always say, you know what? I had to change your heart. Me and my wife, we talked about it. We want to work it out. He can always say that. And so you need to be cautious. You need to take your time with dealing with a married man. It's just what it is. No matter how much you feel like you love him, no matter how much he say he love you, you need to wait. If it's that real and he love you that much, he will do what he needs to do to end the other situation and be with you. And until that happens, you don't have nothing. You don't. All you have is word. You know, and you can't go off that, because you're gonna end up wasting time, and energy into somebody who you can't claim. It needs to be. You just need to wait. If I never married, so I'm speaking hypothetically of what I feel like I would do. So this is just pure what I feel like I would do. You know, if I was married and for some reason we were separated and I met another woman, you know, I was like, you know what, I like this other woman. Let me go ahead and get this stuff out of the way so I can proceed with her. You know, because I don't want nothing to hold me back. Now, some guys do that. But, you know, you can't be doing both, because everybody's been done a disservice. I hope y'all feel what I'm saying. And I'm just getting this from a man perspective, because, like I said, I'm in ministry, man. And I meet these situations a lot of times, you know, and y'all be surprised some of the things I hear in ministry. And again, I'm not a judgmental person, but I talk to people practically about, you know, spirituality, what they feel like God would do. You know what I'm saying? I try to help them out of situations. I try to help them be better people for themselves. So my job is not to judge, you know what I'm saying? Now, I will tell you something right or wrong, you know, and if you ask my opinion about stuff, I can go further, but, you know, I'm here to help. That's what it is. But you need to wait. You need things to be solidified, because we're not children, you know what I'm saying? For real. Another thing, if you're dealing with a married man and he's separated, whatever the case may be, and he's saying that, like, I want to be with you, this is what's going on, it needs to be clear with all parties involved. Yes, that meaning his wife. You know, his separated, his estranged wife. I guess that's how you say it. Because you, as a woman, don't want to get in a situation where You thinking everything good and it's not good. One day his estranged wife finds out and she pissed off. It's like, oh, you doing this, you doing that. It's a dangerous situation. You walking into the lion's den. And marriage is and you're taking an oath, you know what I'm saying, before God. You know? And so you're dealing with some serious stuff. No matter what he said, it's binding. So you as an outside woman coming into the situation, whether he brought you in or you walked in, you're in it. And his wife finds out, his estranged wife finds out, you can imagine, they already going through a divorce. So emotions are at an all-time high in their situation. So you coming in, you walking into the fight. You walking into the fire. You know what I'm saying? All hell's going to break loose when she find out. And it could cause damage on your life, your reputation. You're going to look like the homewrecker. You don't want that smoke for yourself. No matter how much you like somebody, you got to act as an adult and say, you know what? This is not a healthy situation for me to be in. You know? This thing needs to be clear, because you just need to be clear, man. Don't do it. I'm telling y'all, I've seen a lot of this stuff, and I'm not talking about anybody's personal situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about in general. And you know, you just don't want that smoke. You know. And again, he could always go back. He could always say, you know what? I want to go be with my wife. We worked it out. I want our family to be together. And how are you going to feel now that you've invested all this time, you invested all this money, emotions, and things like that to this person you thought that you was going to have, and you changed his mind? And that's heartbreaking. You can be depressed, and you can end up doing something crazy. You know, you don't want that for yourself. But I would not advise dealing with a married man on any level. You know, unless just on any level. But as far as like again, people being married but separated, clear steps need to be made, and boundaries do not need to be crossed. For example, if he's separated but he's married and the divorce is going on, technically he's still married. And if y'all being intimate, that means he's stepping outside of the bond he made before his wife and God to be with another woman, and it's wrong. I mean, when you all boil down to it, you know, things need to be finalized. We're dealing in real life here, because it matters at the end of the day. You know, so you as a woman be like, you know what? We can talk, we can hang out. I understand you separated, y'all going through it, but we can't do this until that is finalized. What's so hard about that? You as a woman need to do that, because most men will go as far as you let them. You understand what I'm saying? They will go as far as you let them. And you don't want to end up in a situation, because if it's not finalized, again, at the end of the day, he can always say, you know what? It could be the day of he about to sign the papers, and he can be like, you know what? I can't do it. I can't leave my wife. I want to work it out with her. And now you done invested all this stuff, and here you are holding the bag, you know. And you just don't know what going on with him in that situation. No matter what he told you, you're still not there. You know, unless you're living in the house with them, you're not there. So you don't know what happened, what's going on. But I don't advise you to be a married man, because a lot of stuff can happen. Like, I just want you to be protected. You got to protect yourself. You got to put boundaries on yourself. You know, because there's a lot of people in the world. I don't think I deal with a married person. And like I said earlier, I know there's a lot of guys out there that have pursued a woman and say they were not married, and come to find out they are married. That's wrong. It's all wrong. It's all wrong. But upon the knowledge that you find out this knowledge, this information, you need to immediately do something about it for yourself. You know, it's wrong. It's wrong. But what Martin Luther King said, the time is always right to do right. You know what I'm saying? So at any point, you just need to be like, you know what? Bump this. I'm out. Because it's not what I signed up for. You know? And yeah, I don't advise like pulling up to somebody's house and stuff like that, because you just never know the situation. The best thing you can do is protect yourself. You know, look, cheaters gonna do what they do, liars gonna do what they do. This is what they do. You know, it's unfortunate you might be in a situation, but you know, don't continue it. In my opinion, you shouldn't continue it, because it's not good for you. So yeah, that's just my spiel on dealing with married men. Again, this from a very spiritual perspective, from my, you know, y'all know, I'm a preacher out here, so I went to seminary and all that good stuff. I actually be preaching. So a lot of people are like, you be preaching? I do, you know. And so I'm led to talk about different things, especially relationship. That's one of my favorite topics, you know, because we all deal with it and things like that. From a Virgo perspective, you know, a black man perspective, and just things I've seen. You know, I be out here. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, y'all take that with a grain of salt, run with it, meditate on it. If you need me, talk to me about your situation. Again, no judgment zone, but I do be real and practical, and I tell you what you need to hear. You know, because that's how God will see fit. You feel me? So you need to talk to me, hit the link in the description box for private session. Yeah, we out. Boo.